The year 2025 became even more exciting with the release of the 10th version of the beloved Smart Band from Xiaomi. There are two major changes compared to the previous version. The first is the larger screen with perfectly even bezels on all sides. That asymmetry from the 9th version is now gone. And the second change is the introduction of the ceramic version of the band for the global market. That's the version I bought, and today I'm going to share my user experience and impressions with you, and most importantly, we'll compare the 9th and 10th versions of the band and figure out whether it's worth upgrading to the new Xiaomi Smart Band. But first, let's do a quick unboxing and check out what comes in the box. The new band comes in exactly the same packaging as last year's model. Let's carefully open the box. The contents slide out smoothly. Inside, we see a very detailed user manual and a white magnetic charging cable for the Smart Band, the same charger used with the 9th generation. Now let's unwrap the band itself. At first glance, it looks and feels exactly like the 9th version. By the way, the strap attachments are exactly the same as on the 8th and 9th generations. So if you already have a collection of replacement bands, they'll work perfectly with this one too. By the way, you can buy the Smart Band on AliExpress from the official Xiaomi store with fast and free delivery. Mine arrived the day after I placed the order. And to make your purchase even more affordable, I recommend using promo codes for an extra discount. You'll find the link to the Smart Band 10 and all the extra info in the description box. In addition to the ceramic version, the band is also available in pink, black and metal finishes. All of those cases are made from aluminum, which makes them slightly lighter than the ceramic one. And those versions are about 10 euros cheaper. Still, I highly recommend getting the ceramic version. It feels like a premium, high-end accessory. We can immediately feel the difference between the two versions when you pick them up and compare them side by side. The screen on the new version is noticeably different and feels much larger. The bezels around the display are thinner and, most importantly, symmetrical all the way around. The body is also a bit wider, by about 2 or 3 mm. You'll definitely notice that if you used the 9th version before. However, the thickness hasn't changed. The 10th version now has a peak brightness of up to 1500 nits, which makes it much more comfortable to check the time, even in direct sunlight. Plus, screen brightness can now auto-adjust thanks to the ambient light sensor. The screen's refresh rate has also changed when it's in standby mode with always-on display enabled. Previously it was 60 Hz, but the new band drops it down to just 5 Hz, which should significantly improve battery life. Just like before, the screen uses strong PWM. Personally, I am very sensitive to PWM flickering, but with such a small screen that I only glance at for about 5 seconds a few times a day, I don't think it matters. PWM becomes much more important for smartphones, laptops and consoles, but not here. Weight-wise, there are no major changes. It still weighs about 22-23 grams. The ceramic version is almost 10 grams heavier than the aluminum one though, so keep that in mind when choosing your model. The vibration motor has seen major improvements. There are now extra settings under the vibration section. You can now choose a soft vibration intensity in addition to medium and strong. You can also customize vibration pattern for the alarm, notifications, incoming calls, and so on. Overall, vibration feedback has been upgraded a lot in the new band. Water resistance remains the same. You can still use the fitness band in the pool. However, heart rate is now tracked in real time, and swim laps are tracked more accurately. That's a solid improvement over last year's version, and I think swimming fans will be much more inclined to use the device for their workouts. And before we continue, please like and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. This helps me promote the channel. Also, you can click the bell icon so you don't miss any new videos. Thank you for your attention. Let's continue. If you're into sleep tracking, those features have also been improved. Sleep phases are displayed differently now, with advanced monitoring and even a new breathing rate tracker while you sleep. That said, I personally take off the band at night, so I can't really say much more about that. The battery capacity remains the same as the previous version, 233 mAh. That should be enough for 21 days of use, but not in my case, since I use workout modes daily and keep always on display enabled, so I have to charge the band about once a week. Still, that's way better battery life than my Apple Watch, which I have to charge every single night. Charging takes about an hour, which I think is a great result. I personally use the band with an iPhone. For that, I use the Mi Fitness app. Android users also use the same app, but while last year's model required setting the region to mainland China, this time I selected my actual region, Spain, for the global version. That means all my old metrics and data from the previous band stayed on my Chinese account, and this band will collect everything into a new profile. So keep that in mind if you're going for the global version, and if saving your historical data is important to you, I recommend getting the Chinese version of the new band too, so your transition is seamless and all your data stays intact. Inside the app, you can choose from a huge collection of free watch faces. I think there is something for every taste here. You can also configure notifications and calls in the app. You can choose which apps you want to receive notifications from. For example, you can enable Telegram notifications, so you won't miss any new posts from my Telegram channel. If you're not subscribed yet, I highly recommend doing so. Now, something that really disappointed me. The app no longer has a section for customizing widgets. Now widgets can only be configured directly on the band itself. You can choose the widgets you want from a list and even set their order. I like that there's a dedicated workout widget for quick access to your most frequent activities. It automatically shows your most used workouts and sorts them accordingly. Very handy. Speaking of automatic workout detection, nothing has changed here. The band still only detects walks with about 50% accuracy. One day it might recognize your walk and start the workout, and the next day it won't, no matter how much you swing your arms. It's still a completely unpredictable feature that Xiaomi hasn't managed to fix yet. Firmware updates are also handled through the app. Right after I connected the band for the first time, the app prompted me to download and install the new firmware version. That's a pretty standard process. So, to sum it all up, there aren't that many changes compared to the 9th version, but every update is a welcome one that makes the experience of using the band a little better. We've got a slightly larger screen with evenly sized bezels all around, improved brightness and better vibration feedback. But the big question is, should you buy the new band if you already own the previous model? In my opinion, absolutely yes. The new Smart Band is still very affordable, and I personally see it as a sort of yearly subscription to a compact device with upgraded features. But if money is tight right now, you can safely skip this version and wait for the Smart Band 11 next year, although honestly, I can't even imagine what else Xiaomi could improve at this point. This already feels like the perfect lightweight and stylish fitness companion for everyday use. Let me know in the comments what you think about all of this and which version of the Smart Band you're currently wearing. And just a quick reminder, you can buy the new Smart Band on AliExpress using my promo codes for an extra discount. All the links are in the description box. I hope this video was interesting and helpful. See you again soon. Take care.